Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm doing a brake change on a 2014 Kia Forte. It's really easy and simple. It's not hard at all. You want to make sure you have all the things that I have here. It's going to make your job easier. You'll need like a little breaker bar, small 3/8 ratchet, wire brush because we're going to clean up some of the hub a little bit, a number 3 tip because these little screws here, I guess whoever changed the rotor previously on my other side, they stripped it out pretty bad with just a number 2, but you're gonna need a number 3 for it. So make sure you get that so you don't run into that issue and have to drill and tap it out. You'll need a 17 millimeter socket for the bolts to the caliper, and then that hold the caliper like where the rotor is, and then you'll need a 14 millimeter socket for these bolts right here. Again, real simple, and this to decompress the piston. I'm actually missing, there's a little block, it's for the back, it's for the rear brake calipers. You have to decompress it with that, but that'd be the only thing I'm missing right now, but you don't need it for the fronts. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start taking off these bolts. I also forgot to mention that I'm using R1 concept rotors and brake pads. You can buy it on Amazon. It comes with the brake pads, rotors, and the C-clips. But yeah, I forgot to mention that. So we'll go ahead and start off by taking off this right here. So you'll need your 14 millimeter socket. Like I said, it's real easy to get these off. They're not really a pain. Keep that over there. Okay, so now this is gonna come off. Should come off pretty easy. So what you want to do is, when you usually take this off, you don't want this to get messed up or just be dangling. So you just kind of want to find somewhere to put it. I usually set it right here. It doesn't fall down, so just be. Usually when you gotta take these off, you do need to put something to hold it up. I put some WD on these back ones. They should come off pretty easy. But that's where you're gonna need your little breaker bar for, because they have a lock nut on it also, so they're gonna be a little. Okay, we got the top one. You can just loosen them up until you get to a point where you can just kind of take them off with your hand. There we go. And what I also did was I sprayed some WD-40 on them. Just kind of get in there, kind of loosen them up a little bit. Okay, and now once you get them loose, you can just switch to your smaller socket. 17 millimeter. And again, like I said, they also have that little lock ring on them. This off, and then once this comes off, the brake pad and everything will come off with it. Okay, there you go. So your C-clips are here, brake pad's off now. So now we need to remove the rotor. So do not use a number 2 tip, it'll eventually strip it out. You need this tip, it's a number 3. Usually a lot of people who have these are like floor guys who do the raised floors. That's where I got this from. So then we'll start off by removing these two. And they generally come off pretty easy, so it's not too bad. You don't want to lose anything. Get rid of those, so I'm going to use those. And there's the last screw. Now, depending, you'll need a hammer for this. Sometimes they won't really come off because, you know, as you can see, it'll rust. So it kind of sucks. So what you want to do is just kind of bang here and there, just to loosen it up a little bit. You see all the dust coming off. So you see it starts loosening it up, and there you go. Now you have removed everything you need to remove. See, the good thing is this side's actually cleaner than the other side I did. So now you'll need brake clean. Brake clean is going to be your best friend through this whole process. So what you want to do is, like, if you do have a little wire brush, this one's kind of old, but you just want to spray around here, and then just hit these little edges. They build up dust pretty bad, and that's what kind of causes the rotor to not come off easy. Alright guys, so now that we've gotten everything off, we've cleaned this up a little bit, so now you want to go to your new stuff that you plan on putting on. So you got C-clips, you're going to have your new brake pads, and then your new rotor. What you want to do, what a lot of people have a bad habit of doing, is when they get these new rotors, they don't know or realize there's a little bit of like preservative stuff on here, a little oils and stuff. What you want to do is get, again, some brake clean. I spray it on there, and you just want to clean it up and wipe it down a little bit, because you don't want none of that stuff to get on your brake pads, because it wouldn't be good at all. So you just want to clean it up, get all that stuff off of there, and then, you know, just flip the other side, do the other side as well, and just use whatever you're using, whether it be a shirt, a throwaway shirt, or paper towels. I recommend paper towels. This will do just fine. Alright, so now that you've done that, now your rotor's ready to go on. So what you're going to do is try to line it up. Make sure your two holes are lined up here. Screw. They're on there pretty good. On bigger cars, it's a little bit harder. You can always put a lug nut here to hold the rotor in place, but this car is so pretty easy to work on, so you can just hand tighten these screws on here. It's no biggie. And just get them screwed on there. On there, just make sure, pull on it, make sure it's not really loose at all. It shouldn't be. Alright guys, so now what you want to do is next, you don't have to always change the hardware, but I'm doing it because it came with it. But usually you can just clean it up, but they really recommend you to always change the hardware, change the C-clips. So if you want, you can just clean in here. I cleaned a little bit. And you'll want to put your new C-clips on. So you just go here. Now you got your new C-clips on, and you can start putting this back on. And what you can do is just get this lined all up how you had it before, and put these back on. Okay, so what you want to do next, get a little bit of brake clean. You want to clean around the piston while it's still out, just to get some of that old. So what you want to do now is, I don't have a bigger one right now, but you can get a bigger one, but this one will work for me. Basically, you're going to have to decompress it. So if you want, you can buy one of these, and you just set it on here. Usually what you'll do is you can get the old, usually have a bigger one, you'll get the old brake pad, and you just use that and it pushes it on there. Because you're gonna get your anti-seize, basically your brake lubricant, so it doesn't make a lot of squeaking noises. So what you want to do is hit these little spots here. You can. That's where a lot of it comes from. Don't get none on the rotor. A lot of the brake noise comes from just these little areas. So just want to make sure you get some on there. So you get a lot of brake squeaking. It also depends on the brake pads you're using. Use them, because even see with these, we got these at AutoZone. They generate a lot of black brake dust, and even when I put anti-seize and stuff on them, they squeak real bad. But I went to the carbon ceramics on my Camaro, and there's no squeaks at all. So just a note on that. So now you've done that, you want to get your caliper lubed up back here. And you can still always hit just right here. Right there. And you'll remember, this one always goes on here. This is for the back side. I mean, it'd be hard to put this one on because it'll keep running in there, but a lot of people don't know that. So there you go. Now you got your new brake pads on. Got them all greased up. Got your new rotor on. Now last but not least, we're gonna put this back on again. Be very careful with that brake line back there. You don't want to jack up your brake line and have fluid everywhere. So just line it up. There you go. Get your old bolts and just get them back on there.